أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نعم الفعل الصحيح the strong verb. The strong verb. We've actually given us the overview of the strong verb and the weak verb in our previous lesson, that is al-fi'l al-sahih or al-fi'l al-mutal. But this lesson is specifically for al-fi'l al-sahih, the strong verb. We are still going to look at the weak verb inshallah, but this one is for only the strong verb al-fi'l al-sahih, al-fi'l al-sahih. So in this lesson we are basically looking at the classification of this al-fi'l al-sahih. The classification, as I've said earlier in our previous lesson, that we have different classification of sahih. So we are basically looking at this classification one after the other. Firstly, let's look at al-fi'l al-sahih. Al-fi'l al-sahih, the strong verb. So huwa ma salimat usuluhu, is the verb whose usul means what? Root letters. Is the verb whose root letters are what? Are salimat, are free. They are verb whose root letters are free, mean aharufi al-illa, from the weak letter al-thalatha, that three. Is the verb whose root letters are free from the three weak letters, which are our alif, waw, and ya. So the letters of this al-fi'l salim must be free from what? From ahruf al-illa. Example of that is jalasa, jim, lam, and sin. These are root letters. Jim, lam, and sin are roots to the verb, so they are free from alif, waw, and ya. So they are what? This verb is what? Is al-fi'lu as-sahih. So this is the general feature of al-fi'l sahih. That is all fi'l sahih, because we still have classification of this fi'l sahih. We have different types of fi'l sahih. So the general classification, that all the general feature that all these classification must conform to, that all these classification, all these types, we are going to look at them one by one now. So they must conform to this feature, that is, they must be free. All of the classification must be free from ahruf al-illa, the weak letters. Then they might now have further features added to this main feature. So yanqasimu ila thalathat aqsam. Is divided, this fi'l sahih is divided into three, that is thalatha aqsam, into three classification. So they are as-salim, al-fi'l al-salim, al-fi'l al-mahmul, al-fi'l al-mudha'af. So all these ones, they are what? They are af'al as-sahiha, af'alun sahiha. They are sahih verb. They have their different features. We are looking at the features now, but note all the features, all this classification, they must conform to the general feature, which is what? Which is as-salama min aharufi al-illa, freedom from what? From the weak letters. So let's look at al-fi'l salim. Firstly, as-salim. This is the first classification of al-fi'l sahih. Huwa ma salimat usuluhu min aharufil illa. You can see this is the general classification. Are you getting it? So huwa ma salimat usuluhu min aharufil illa is the verb whose root letters are free, salimat, are free from ahruf al-illa. You know ahruf al-illa already. are free from the weak letters, and also that this is number one. Number one, they are free from haruf illa. Then number two, the root letters must be free from hamza. The root letters must not have hamza. This is number two. After you checking the verb that you did not see any haruf illa there, you check the verb again, you do not see hamza there. That is number two. And you check the verb again, you do not see tad'if. Number three, at tad'if. You do not see all these things there. What is the meaning of tad'if? Tad'if means now the coming together of ainul fi'l and lamul fi'l from the same class, from the same category. Let's look at this. We have we know the usul is what? Fa'ala, right? Fa'ala. This is the aslu of the verb. So fa'ala, right? So the coming together of the ainul fi'l, this is the ainul fi'l, and the lamul fi'l from the same class, that is basically from the same letter. From the same letter. Let me say letter jim, letter lam now. Let me use lam because it's there. Let me use dal. That is the ainul fi'l here and the lamul fi'l comes from they are both dal. You can see. So we now add we now join them together and give it shadda. Like rodda now. Rodda. You can see this is a verb, rodda. So this verb, this is the fa'ul fi'l, and the here now the ainul fi'l and the lamul fi'l are together. They are together here. That is why it's having shadda. What is there is rodada. Rodada. I'm getting it. But this ainul fi'l and lamul fi'l, they are from the same class. They are from the same alphabet. So they now give it tad'if. They now give it shadda. They give it shadda to become what? Rodda. Rodda. We have verbs. We have jalla. We have azza. We have qalla. We have dalla. So the coming together of ainul fi'l and lamul fi'l from what? From the same letter. That is when ainul fi'l and lamul fi'l come when they come from the same class. I will give it shadda. That is tad'if. So the verb, the silent verb, must be free from tad'if. It must be free from what? From tad'if. So that is number three. It must be free from haruf illa. Number two, it must be free from hamza. Now double letters. So let's look at the example. So we have jalasa. You can see all these letters now. Jim, lam, sin. None of them is haruf illa. None of them is hamza, and they are not. We cannot see any double letter there. That is the lam fi'l and ainul fi'l coming from the same class. So it is fi'l sahih, fine. Which kind of sahih? Then salim. So daraba is free from all these things, and fariha is also free from these things. So let's look at the next classification, which is al-mahmuz, al-fi'l al-mahmuz. So al-mahmuz huwa ma kana ahadu usulihi hamza. Is the verb which one, that is one of its root letters, one of its what? Root letters, either fa, either ain, or what? Or lam, is what? Is hamza. Is the verb that one of its root letters is hamza. One, it's hamza. It might be fa'ul fi'l, or ainul fi'l, or lamul fi'l. Al-muhim basically is that one of these usul, one of these root letters must be what? Must be hamza. That is it. But this feature is under the general feature of it being free. From what? From what is it called, weak letters. Number one, it must be free from weak letters. That one is the general feature. Don't forget, this fi'l ma'muz is under sahih, so it must also conform to the feature of that sahih. Then after the feature of that sahih, then this feature, that is freedom from one of its root letters must have hamza, must be hamza. Are you getting it? So this is the secondary feature. This hamza case is the secondary feature, but the primary one is what? Is this freedom from weak letters. So the hamza can be from fa'ul fi'l, it can be from ainul fi'l, it can be from lamul fi'l, anywhere. So far hamza is there, then the fi'l is what? Mahmuz. So whenever hamza comes from fa'ul fi'l, the first letter, we call it what? Mahmuzul fa. Mahmuzul fa. Then whenever hamza comes from this ainul fi'l, we call it mahmuzul ain. And when it comes from this lam, we call it what? Mahmuzul lam. So let's look at the example. Amara. You can see we have hamza, alif hamza, we have mim, we have ra. Number one is that all these letters here, they are free from what? From the general feature. They are free from the weak letters. We cannot see alif there. Don't forget, hamza is different from alif. Alif is different from hamza. This one, alif is part of the weak letters, but hamza is not part of the weak letters. Don't forget. So we have hamza here, we have mim, we have ra. So they are free from the weak letters, and we can see hamza in one of its roots. So this verb is what? Is mahmuz. So which mahmuz is it? Which mahmuz is mahmuzul fa? Because the hamza lies in its fa position. Fa ul fi'l. So it lies in its fa. You can see the hamza here. This is hamza. So it goes with the fa. So it's called what? Fa mahmuzul fa. Mahmuzul fa. We have mahmuzul ain, like the case of sa'ala now. Sa'ala, you can see the hamza is there, so the fi'l is mahmuz. So which mahmuz is mahmuzul ain? Because the hamza lies in its ainul fi'l, ain position. Then we also have mahmuzul lam. Qara'a. This is mahmuz, right? So which mahmuz is mahmuzul lam. Mahmuz. So let's look at the last one, which is al-mudha'af. So what do we mean by mudha'af? This classification, what does it implies? So huwa ma kanat aynuhu wa lamuhu min jinsin wahid. I've explained this when I was explaining Salim. We get it now. So is the verb kanat aynuhu, that it's ainul fi'l, that it what? Ainul fi'l. Don't forget the fa'ala is very important. Fa'ala. That it's what? Ainul fi'l. Ma kanat aynuhu. Don't forget that it's ainul fi'l wa lamuhu, and it's lam. Is the verb that it's ain and it's lam. This is the lam, and this is the ain. So it's ain and it's lam. Min jinsin wahid. They are from the same class. Min jinsin wahid. The same. They are from the same category, from the same class. That is the same letters. Let's use it like that. They are the same letters. So, like, let's say Jalla is here. Let's give an example. Jalla. Number one, the general feature is that it's free from what? From weak letters, alif, waw, and ya. You can see that is the general feature that's passed through that stage first. Then we can see is if it's double letter. So you can see the lam. The aslu of jalla is what? Jalala. You can see. So this verb now is mudha'af because the lam will feel and the ayn will feel, they are from the same letter, which is what? Which is lam. I get it. It's not possible for you to write it jalala and leave it like that. So you have to do the third if. You have to put the letter. You have to join the letter, combine the letter together. I get it. Instead of jalala, it becomes what? Jalla. This verb is no more. It's not usable again because we have a verb that is usable, that is jalla. But this one is the root verb. You have to study. In Strong, you study word, that is formation of word. You can see this jalla is formed from this jalala now. Jalala becomes jalla. So if in some cases now, maybe when we are doing the conjugation, we are conjugating the verb. This jalla, for example, you might now need to spread this jalla. Okay, let's use rodda now. Rodda to respond or to reply. Are you getting it? So I want to say I responded or I replied. What am I going to say? I'm going to say rodaditu. You can see the dal here, the dal that's double here, that we are joined together here. They are now spread here. They are spread. Are you getting? So rodaditu. So you can still need them later for conjugation, but they are basically used as third if, like this double letter. So that is mudha'af. So another example is farra. You can see the double letter, mudha'af. Madda also the double letter, the dal. So farra comes from what? Farra comes from farara. To run away. Farara. You can see. So we also have murder. Murder comes from what? Murder. That you should know that. So whenever you ask all these things, you should be able to answer. That is that on this class. Inshallah, in our next class, we are looking at how can we conjugate all these af'al as-sahiha. Don't forget, we are still going to af'al mu'tal, al-fi'l mu'tal, the weak verb. But before we go to the weak verb, we want to explain how to conjugate this strong verb. That is from madi to mudari to masdar to ism fa'il to ism maf'ul to amr and to nahy. Inshallah, in our next class. May Allah be with each and every one of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.